You are in a relationship with money. Don't mistake that as anything else. And as you make peace with that money, you begin to have a different relationship with it. Because any relationship that you have in your life, you absolutely have to treat it well. Because let me tell you, if you're talking to your friends like you're talking to money, think of some of the things you say. Wow, you're never there for me. Now, you may not say it in those exact words, but basically when you're looking at your bank account and going, holy crap, where's my money? You're saying, you're abandoning me. You're not here for me. You want to have a relationship with money the same way you have a relationship with any other person that you care about in your life. And how do you do that? There's a couple of components in relationships that you have that we really want to begin to have with money. There's a couple of things that you want to do when you're having a relationship with money, and that is, money loves to be understood. Right? So when you say to money, I don't want to pay attention to you, I don't want to know how you work because it's too confusing and it's way beyond my comprehension, and if you just show up and stop asking me to pay attention to you, that would be a really great way to do this relationship. Now, how many of you have a relationship that works really well that way? Right? Money wants you to understand it. It wants you to understand how it works, and just because you're sitting here today, you've taken one step towards doing that. Now, I'm not telling you to go out and get a financial degree. I'm just telling you that part of what you're learning here is that way that you can understand money. How does it work? How does it want to be treated? What are the components that bring it into you? What are the things that drive it away? So understanding it, paying attention to it. This is the one with the rose, is money wants to be paid attention to. Now, anybody that you're having a relationship with kind of wants that too, right? How many of you are in a relationship with somebody that doesn't pay attention to you? That's fun. So if you pay attention to it, it actually expands and grows. So how do you pay attention to money? Wise investments. What else? You can save it.
Check that it's doing okay.
Check that it's doing okay, right? When you have a relationship with someone and they want to be paid attention, you check in, right? You say, hey, how you doing? Right? Literally, you're having that conversation with your money. How are you doing? You look at your bank account. You look at how this money is growing. What is it doing for you? Is it just sitting there? Is it watching the television all day? Think about how you pay attention to money. And we're going to get into your money type in a minute, and then that's going to give you some real insight about how you specifically pay attention to money. The other thing is money loves to be valued and cherished. Just like anybody in a relationship. Money wants to be valued and cherished. So how many times have you been walking down the street and you see a penny and you walk right by it? It's so easy to do that. Here's the thing, is that it starts with a penny. You want to be able to cherish and value, and I don't mean to make it a god, right? If you have a relationship with someone that you love, you're not making it your god, you're just valuing and cherishing that relationship. So it's so important with money that you actually begin to look at it as something valuable in your life and looking at what you have now and going, wow, thanks for showing up for me. And thanks for doing the things that you do for me now. Because I've never lived in a car, but I know people that have. And even if you do live in a car, you have a car, right? So we begin to look at that gratitude piece that I talked about earlier, is that when you begin to look at money and you cherish what it's doing for you now, you're focusing on that and you're expanding it even more. But if you're looking at money all the time and going, God, you know what, if you just did a little bit more for me, I might do a little bit more for you or somebody else. And relationships don't work that way, right? If you have a relationship with somebody that you love and you're constantly telling them, well, if you only do this for me, then I'll be nice, or then I'll do this. And that's not what money wants either. And the last thing is that you have to be in integrity with your money. Money wants you to be in integrity. So how do you be in integrity with your money? How do you think you would be in integrity with your money? What?
I said pay your bills on time.
Pay your bills on time. Right. What else? Yeah. Put money aside to pay bills, right? Mm-hmm. What else? Yeah.
I'd say just don't waste it.
Don't waste it.
Be honest with yourself about what you actually want and what you actually need and
Right.
what's going to take to accomplish that.
Right. And it goes back to that foundation again, being honest. Am I being honest about what I'm doing with this value that's coming into my life? Am I frittering it away frivolously? It doesn't mean that you can't have fun with your money. That's not what I'm saying. But if you're throwing it away all the time, and I'm going to talk about your money types that sometimes happens, it's so important that you begin to look at how that's showing up and then determine whether or not that's in balance for you. Because if you're out of balance in these areas, then the thing that you're doing is pushing the money away. So, what I want you to do is right now, I just want you to write down real quickly one way that you can begin, starting today, to know and understand money, to value and cherish it, to be in integrity and pay attention to it. Because we talked some ideas in each one of those categories. But I want you to focus on something you specifically can do immediately in each one of those areas.